Okay, in this problem here, we have a circle that has what's called a tangent line. So what you need to understand, the geometry concept here, is that a tangent line is a line that touches a circle only at one point. Now I know this is really not drawn to scale because it looks like it might actually continue this way, but let's just pretend that it's only going to touch the circle at that one point. Okay, so just pretend that that's what's going to happen here, and let me erase this right there. All right, bring that out just a little bit. So what happens here is that you have some points out in space here. You have the point P, you have the point T, which is the tangent, and then you have what's called a secant line, and a secant line touches a circle at 2 points. So notice that the secant line PA touches it at the point B and the point A. So when you have this case here, you have a proportion that you can set up, and that is to say that PA, which is this whole distance here, divided by PT, which is this distance here, is equivalent to PT, which I'm going to outline here in green, divided by PB. Okay? So that right there is the relationship that will help you solve a problem if you're given numbers. So let's go ahead and take a look at some numbers that we can fill in here. All right, so let's assume here that this right here was a 31, and this right here was an X, and this right here was a 20. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the measures of these parts for the proportion. Okay, we're going to find the measure for the parts of the proportion. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what that means. Okay, so if I've got that set up like that, then what I'm going to say is PA, which is this whole distance here, all right, PA is going to be 20 plus X. So let's zoom out just a little bit here. All right. Okay, so it's 20 PA, and I guess I could write it here for you. PA equals 20 plus X. What is PT? Well, PT is this 31, and what's PB? PB is this 20. Okay, now that I've got all of that, I can plug in everything that I know. And that is to say that 20 plus X, which is PA, will be divided by PT, which was 31. And I'm going to set that equal to PT, which again is 31, divided by PB, which again is 20. And so what you do is you kind of cross multiply, and then you're going to divide. But just do this right here. All right, some students will say, well, that's the butterfly method or something like that, the peanut method I've heard also. But what we're going to do is we're going to multiply this stuff. We're going to say 20 plus X is going to get multiplied by 20. And we're going to set that equal to 31 times 31, which is just 31 squared. All right, so I'm going to erase that real quick, and I'm just going to write it as 31 squared, and that should clarify things a little bit for you. Okay, so now that I've got that right there, all right, I'm going to do some simple distribution. 20 times 20 is 400. 20 times X is 20X. And 31 squared is just going to be 961. And so now we have a linear equation that we're going to solve, and it's really easy from here. We're going to subtract 400 because we want to get 20X by itself. And we're going to have 20X equals 961 minus 400 is 561. We divide both sides by 20. And so what do we get? We get X equals, and this is where you might want to use a calculator, 28.05. So that is the measure of this distance here. It's 28.05 units. And again, it's all because we used this relationship here, this proportion, that we went ahead and solved. As always, I hope this video was helpful, and remember, like and subscribe.